The desert wind howled across the dunes like a chorus of forgotten voices. Dr. Leela Ashford tightened the scarf around her face and squinted at the horizon. The sun blazed mercilessly, yet beneath that endless sea of sand she knew something impossible was waiting. For years, she had followed rumors of a place older than any pyramid, older than any king, a hidden archive known only in fragments of myth. The library of the first pharaohs, a vault where divine knowledge was stored, where scribes recorded what the gods taught humanity. Every scholar she knew dismissed it as legend, but not Leela. Her journey had brought her here, to the most remote region of the western desert, following a map etched into obsidian, a map she was never supposed to see. Today, she would discover the truth. Her team uncovered the entrance at dusk, a circular stone slab lying flat beneath the sand, engraved with thousands of tiny hieroglyphs spiraling inward like a vortex. No one could translate them. Many of the symbols didn't match any known Egyptian script. When the slab was touched, it vibrated faintly, almost like humming. Leela knelt, pressing her ear to the cold surface. A whisper, a single word, not heard with her ears, heard inside her skull. Unlock? She stumbled back, heart pounding. Did you hear that? She asked. The workers shook their heads. Only she had. The stone shifted. Sand cascaded down its edges as the slab rotated silently, revealing a staircase descending into infinite darkness. A chill flowed upward, not cold, but ancient. Excited and terrified, Leela lifted her torch. Everyone stay close, she said. We're going down. The staircase led to a long corridor lit by faint blue crystals embedded in the walls. Their glow pulsed like a heartbeat. No fire, no electricity, something else entirely. Carvings lined the corridor, not scenes of pharaohs or wars, but diagrams of stars, constellations, and machines that looked impossibly advanced for their time. As they entered a wider chamber, Leela froze. Rows of tablets floated in the air, not lying on shelves, floating. Thin stone slabs described impossible concepts, maps of the night sky thousands of years in the future, anatomical drawings of creatures no human had ever seen, equations that made her dizzy just looking at them. What kind of place is this? One student whispered. Leela breathed. This is not a library. It's a vault of impossible knowledge. And as she reached toward one of the floating tablets, it turned toward her, like it saw her. In the center of the chamber stood a statue, a towering figure with the head of an ibis, the traditional form of Thoth, the god of knowledge. But something was wrong. This statue had 6 eyes. 3 pairs arranged in a branching pattern. And beneath it, an inscription, "He who writes what should not be known." As Leela traced the symbols, her torchlight flickered. A breath of wind swept through the chamber. But they were underground. No air should move here. Then a voice echoed, smooth, ancient, layered with 1,000 tones, seeker of knowledge. The torchlights dimmed. Everyone froze. The voice continued. You enter what was sealed before the first king drew breath. Leela whispered, trembling, Who are you? The statue's eyes glowed faintly. The scribe. The chamber shook as one of the floating tablets descended slowly in front of Leela. It unfolded like a metal flower, revealing glowing symbols that rearranged themselves into images. The universe. Worlds colliding. Creatures made of light descending upon Earth. Look at this, Leela whispered. These aren't myths. They're records. The tablet showed beings teaching early humans writing, astronomy, architecture, knowledge far beyond their time. Then the images changed. War, fire, a great exodus of light. And a final inscription. The gods did not die. They left. Leela stepped back, overwhelmed. If this was true, everything humanity understood about its origins was wrong. But the tablet wasn't done. It showed a prophecy. A human opening the vault, a flood of knowledge. And the return of the scribe, the last image was unmistakable. A figure who looked exactly like Leela. Her heart nearly stopped. A rumbling shook the hall. Something stirred in the shadows. Stone cracked. Sand fell from above, and then they saw them. Ancient guardian statues lining the walls. Jackal-headed sentries with blades for arms, slowly turning their heads toward the intruders. One worker screamed, dropping his lantern. The guardian closest to him stepped forward, stone grinding against stone. "They're waking up," Leela whispered. "Because we activated the vault." The guardians raised their blades as one. "Run!" she shouted. They sprinted deeper into the vault, dodging beams of shimmering energy slicing through the air. The guardians slashed a pillar, cutting it cleanly in half. These weren't statues. They were machines, ancient machines, and they were hunting. Leela found another chamber, a circular room with a sphere suspended in the center, pulsing with golden light. Thousands of symbols swirled around it. The core, she whispered, "This controls the entire library." The voice echoed again. "Knowledge is power, power is danger." The sphere brightened, illuminating a mural depicting cities falling, oceans boiling, stars exploding. The last time this library was opened, civilization collapsed. Leela realized the truth. The vault wasn't hidden to protect knowledge. It was hidden to protect the world from this knowledge. Her team stumbled in, chased by guardians. No time. A student shouted, "Shut it down." Leela reached toward the sphere. It pulsed, responding to her touch. Then, a shockwave blasted outward. Everything went white. Leela woke in darkness, silence. Most of the vault had collapsed. Dust filled the air. Her team lay unconscious but alive. The guardians were gone, but the core sphere hovered in front of her, cracked, dimming. A final message flickered from it. "The knowledge is now yours." And then it dissolved into dust, scattering like golden sand. As Leela helped her team up, she noticed something horrifying. Symbols were appearing on her arms, glowing faintly beneath her skin. The same symbols from the tablets. Leela, Sophia whispered, "Are you okay?" She didn't answer because a whisper echoed inside her mind. Scribe, not yailing, not threatening, calling. Recognizing Dot back in Cairo, Leela sat alone in her office. Books piled around her, lights dimmed, but she wasn't reading. The glowing symbols on her arms pulsed, and with each pulse, ancient texts around her shifted, pages turning on their own, ink rearranging itself. She could read everything, every language, every cipher, every forbidden text humanity had forgotten. The library of the Pharaohs had chosen her, but there was more. The whispers had returned. Soft at first, then clearer. The gods will return. You will write what comes next. Her hands began moving on their own, writing symbols she didn't understand. A prophecy, a warning, a future, and in the reflection of her window, she saw her eyes flicker with a faint, golden glow. Not human, not anymore. She was the new scribe. And the library was no longer buried.